Hi, Jeffrey. Wow, this visa processing thing, huge ordeal. The reason that it makes it so difficult, it doesn't need to be, but the thing is, ours was a direct consulate filing case, and those cases are somewhat different than the usual cases. And the thing is, there simply is not a lot of information about the processing involved in these types of cases, because when you look at information, everything, including the stuff that I get from the embassy, points to having to go through the National Visa Center in America. Such is not the case with the DCF, but it's very hard to get around that and figure out what you're supposed to do. Had I not spent $675 early on to hire Rapid Visa to prepare the initial C-130 petition forms, which I direct filed, things would be all the more difficult. They've been great, even though really I didn't hire them to do anything beyond that. They've been there. I can chat with them, live chat, and they have helped me to get through this thing, giving me good suggestions, etc. Initially, I was having a difficult time getting the case file numbers because the National Visa Center didn't have them. They won't talk to us unless we have those and what they call a priority number. We had neither. I guess an invoice number. That's I still, until now, don't know what that is. I was thinking it was the receipt numbers from the payments we made for the filing of the petitions. Not. Oh, MG. So anyway, I battled and battled to acquire those. Finally, the consulate office there, Department of State, U.S. Embassy in the Philippines, finally sent an email which indicated what those case numbers were. Still nothing about invoices, so I'm still going through this deal, and I'm still looking at having to require invoices, because the next thing is this DS-260 form, which is a questionnaire that I have to prepare on behalf of both of them, one each, and it's about background information, and it's for visa application and alien registration. First of all, the indication was that I wouldn't be able to do one of these without this damned invoice number. Well, somehow, some way, I found how to access one without having to use that. And I was in, and I began preparing Missy's. Problem being is I didn't have a listing of all the addresses that she had lived at from the time she was 16, so I only could enter what I had available. And so I put hers on hold, and then I processed Seidel and Grace's successfully, no problems. Once I got the information from Missy, I'm going through there, and I'm adding another address. There's a button there that says add another for another address. Put the information, add another. At some point it freezes up. It won't take another. Or if it does allow you to get through it, and then also you need to put her contact number and email, as soon as you click on the tab to advance to the next section, it times out. It indicates that you're offline, even though you're not. Okay, this happened over 20 times. I got pissed. I punched my cell phone screen. These things are tough. So anyway, I got with Rapid Visa. I did send communication to the Department of State consular section of the embassy, expressing my frustration and, hey, how about guidance? Let me know how to get through this. Anyway, the person at Rapid Visa really couldn't help me in the limited time that I had available. And so when I got back in it, I thought to myself, having done Silent Graces already, I am aware that there is an opportunity to review before you submit it and to make corrections. So I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to enter a couple addresses, advance to the next page, and go on. And forget about it until I get to the end and then go back and do it. Interestingly enough, when I clicked on the advance to the next section, it cycled, and guess what? I was able to enter the next address. Did it again, cycled again, and this process continued until I had entered all the addresses. She had 6 in addition to the one where we live now, and her contact information and email. And when I got done with it, clicked on advance to the next section again, and lo and behold, next section. No more difficulties. Finally. And this crap is after hours and hours of fighting and battling with this crap. Systematic bull crap. And so, finally, I was able to get her done. So, then you need to get the confirmation and email that so you can print that out, because that has to go with them to the embassy when they will have their joint interview. The next thing was that we're required to register online a passport visa delivery address for them, so that they will get that delivered to them after the visas are approved. Again, a lot of hassle, because instead of setting up the system that you just go in, you enter address, and you enter all the specifics and you're done, no. You have to access it through a freaking email and password, okay? What is so top secret about your damn mailing address? Don't know, because that's how you get mail, okay? It's not top secret. So anyway, I'm entering the information that I know, and nothing's working. Kicks me out every single time. I tried everything. Again, complaining to the embassy. They can't tell me anything. Again, on chat with Rapid Visa, I had one of their associates try to do it. She had no success, same results as me. And then the chat session timed out, and I got on with another one who had not been very good in times past when I chatted with her, but this time like gold, because she said, go in and enter forgot password, put in your email. Send you a temporary temporary password. You go back, you log in, you put that in there, and lo and behold, yes, it worked. And so I'm in, and you change your passwords to what you want them to be. You go in, you do the process, and then the next thing you know, you're in there. And then it's a little difficult to get in and do this because when you're entering this information, it's not only the address, you're entering their case numbers and passport numbers and all of these things. And along the way, there's a section in there where you have to put in this address. And so it says address in the Philippines. Okay, so you enter all this information, including, they put zip code, but they have a postal code here, 1704, okay, for Manila. And so I enter this in, and then the next section is, if you are living outside the country of the Philippines. Okay, well, we're not, so I entered NA for everything there. And you go through and you enter all this information, you hit the review button, and up comes invalid zip code. And I'm thinking, no, it's not. It's 170 okay? They don't have zip codes here. They have postal codes. No matter what I did, not working. Getting the same thing again and again. So I said to Missy, okay, put in there this thing for the medical center and find out what their damn thing comes up for the zip code. Said 1,000. Okay, so I entered 1,000, same damn thing. I entered 1,000-1704, same damn thing. I'm thinking, what the hell? So now I entered 1704, and I went down in there, the next section, if you are residing outside of the Philippines, where I got all the NAs, I entered a freaking zip code in there for Washington State, and guess what? The damn thing accepted it. Yeah. Isn't that brilliant? No other freaking information there, but they want a damn zip code. Anyway, so finally, I got through that roadblock. And got the address registered. I was able to set the appointment interview for Missy. And then when I got done with all that, there was no allowance for me to go in and do it for Silent and Grace also. And I'm like, what the hell? So, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I have learned how to break through this damn thing based upon the advice given to me by Joby of Rapid Visa. So I know Missy's email address. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to my emails on my phone. I know the password, so I'm going to put that in there. And I put that in there. And I went in again and entered that and forgot password. I sent it to her email. I entered it in, bing bang. Now I know how to do the thing. So finally I got Silent and Grace hooked up as well. The good thing is that now my brain is dead. 5 days of this crap, hours upon end, huh? I'm a little exhausted. What was the good thing? I already knew the deal, so I was able to get in there. I was able to get it done for Silent and Grace as well. But the thing is that when I set the appointments, when I was doing Silent and Graces and I was reviewing it, issuing authority was Afghanistan? Oh, EMG. So I went through there and I found out there's a tab to select Philippines. Everything else is Philippines, huh? Issuing authority is Afghanistan. So I fixed that. And then I checked Missy's, and sure enough, it had Afghanistan, so I had to renew hers. Good thing is I was able to schedule them on the same date, which is January 8th, same time, 7:10 a.m. They will have a joint interview. So I got through that. The next thing on the docket was to register them for the medical examinations at St. Luke's. Here, the medical facility is the only one authorized by the U.S. Embassy to do these examinations. Cost is something like $500. No, it's more than $500. It's upwards of $500 for the two of them to get these exams. The upshot is that we discovered that the vaccines are all handled there. Vaccinations are administered there, included in the cost. So that's nice, because we were thinking we had to get this done externally, and it's all there. So that's a good deal. There are no set appointments. This is just pre-registration, so that when you get there, they already have your information and you spend less time doing that. You got to show up like 2 freaking hours early, waiting in this damn line. And the process is a 2-day process because of Silent and Grace. Missy could possibly complete hers in 1 because of having a child. That's a 2-day deal because there's additional things that are done there. Fortunately, we had set the interview appointments out 3 weeks. Come to find out later that the medical center said that they ought to be set out 2 weeks from the time of the medical examinations. Reason being, if there's anything that arises, there may be some other tests that need to be run, etc. like that. There's time, and still have time for them to forward the results to the embassy. Well, having set it out 3 weeks, all the better. And actually, that was the first time available anyway. As I went into the appointment screen, the earliest were December 13th and 14th. Absolutely not even an opportunity to do that. And the first available one in January was the 8th. Nothing else was available in December. Not surprising, because getting ready for Christmas holiday. Anyway, so finally got all this stuff done, and got all these things emailed for printout. Now we're in the process of physically organizing all of the stuff, putting labels on it, organizing the notebooks, etc., for the interviews. We're anticipating that shortly after the completion of the interviews, in not more than a few days, the visas will be issued. Then it will be on to booking a flight to head back to America on March 4th. I must be out no later than the 5th. We determined the 4th to be the best deal for us because the opportunity is to go through Vancouver, Canada, and the first port of entry being Seattle, which is where we want to end the trip. Everything else is going through LA and adds additional problems, because of course when they hit that port of entry, there's going to be delay, because they're going to go through all that customs crap and all of the US immigrations, all of that. So that's going to take a couple hours at least. Anyway, it's been a major hassle trying to do this stuff online. Glitches every freaking step of the way. Hours spent daily hassling with this crap, trying to figure it out. Finally got through it. Probably should have been able to get things done, all of this done, in not more than 5 hours, probably 3. No, we're talking probably at least 8 hours every freaking day for 5 days. Anyway, finally a done deal. We're moving forward, we're preparing, and since everything has now gotten to the physical part of things, we're not doing all this online crap. We can actually be communicating with human beings face to face. We expect things will go much smoother. It's kind of like now we have control, we're in the driver's seat, and we move forward with high expectations. So anyway, that's where we are at, and got to get going and take care of business. Wanted to give you an update. Hey, I'm sure it is cold where you're at, but you're no stranger to that. How you faring? Love you much, and best to you, son. Bye-bye.